Our other top story this morning, next Monday, going to be a remarkable moment on Capitol Hill. That is when Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh and his accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, will appear before a Senate committee to address accusations he sexually assaulted her in the 1980s. There's going to be plenty of drama leading up to the event, which undoubtedly is going to be grueling for both. Let's bring in attorney David Bruno. David, good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Obviously, this is a legal case, but it's also a political case. Senator Lindsey Graham was on Hannity last night. He talked about what he expects to happen and kind of the why behind it. I want you to hear what he said.
This case could not go before a criminal court because it's too old. No lawyer would bring it as a civil suit because it's just too hard to prove. The question for the Senate, is there really enough evidence here, given the nature of the allegation, how old it is, and the uncertain nature of it, to deny this man who's lived an incredible life a promotion to the Supreme Court?
It's all about the timing, David. What do you say?
Sure. I mean, like the senator says, this is like the wild, wild west of legal procedure here. It's not criminal and it's not civil because of the statute of limitations has run. There's no procedure. There's no burden of proof. If this were a criminal case, it'd be proof beyond a reasonable doubt. But there's nothing like that here. This comes down to credibility. Timing, it's important, right? We're less than 50 days from an election. This person has not come forward before, although there have been many opportunities to do so. He had a prior confirmation hearing at the appeals court.
That's true.
He also sat as a staff secretary, right? There's many times to come forward.
Do you think that do you think they're going to call character witnesses? Think there'll be a lot of those?
Well, I mean, the crux of the credibility question comes down to these two individuals. I think both sides will be attempting to corroborate and bring forth character witnesses to support each person.
Okay.
But like I said, there's no procedure here as to what needs to be proven and what not. The margins are so small here. Right. This is high stakes. No question about it.
How do you think this event in our history, in our nation's history, is going to be different from the Anita Hill, Clarence Thomas hearings?
Well, I mean, we're in a social media age. Everyone's going to see this. They're going to be streaming it. This is also a very different climate when it comes to the Me Too movement. So I think that senators are going to be much more careful questioning this particular victim. And that's how I think it's different. It's the social media aspect and the Me Too movement.
David, you know, it's going to be interesting to watch. Obviously, there's going to have to be, I think, several days of this. When do you think we get a vote? Real quick.
Well, we were supposed to get a vote on Thursday. Hearings are going to be Monday. I would think the Republicans want this to go to a vote before the midterms.
Yeah, well, we shall see. It's going to be explosive next week. David Bruno. David, thank you very much.
Pleasure as always.